Well, hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to this update video. It's about time to do an update, I think. First off, the bushings are in, but they are the wrong size bushings. Or at least one of them is. All of them are the right size, 1 3/4 inch, except for one, and that is 1.5 inch. And there's no way that will fit on the bar. So that's the smaller one you can see there. I don't know if you could tell the difference. But yeah, just one in the box was the wrong size. But it is a sweet kit. I already sized up the other ones, put them on to see how they fit, and that they fit very nice. Very, very nice. These are sweet. Not too happy that they sent me a bad kit. I'd be working on the video right now. Sway bar bushings would be done, and I'd be moving on to the next project. Don't got too many left. We're getting a lot of things done. So I got a few things to cover for you for an update. Yes, the bushings are on hold. I called them, and they were actually really good about getting a new one shipped out. I took a picture of what I had, and just told them, you guys put the wrong size bushing in the box. So they're really quick about sending me a new one with no charge, no shipping. Rushing one out here. I don't know if it's rushing. He said it'd be toward the end of the month. It's February 21st right now. So that sounds about right, toward the end of the month. So nothing, I don't think anything got delayed. I'm still trying to shoot for like March 3rd at the latest. The beginning of March. I was saying toward the end of February, beginning of March, but things keep getting put off. And I'm house sitting now, toward the end of the month. Again, still not interfering with the schedule, but I would give it as late as maybe March 6th. Because I always like to give me a couple days to get a good night of sleep in and get my chores done, all my little things. And get ready for the road. So it's all still working out pretty good. I'm thinking March 3rd at the latest I'll be getting out of here. Depending on how soon the new bushing gets here. I'm not going to bother trying to put these in with one bad bushing. Going to do it all in one video. Or all in one go. But I do like them. They're very nice. Share a link when the video gets put up if you guys need a new set of rear sway bar bushings and brackets. Very beefy. It is nice too. These just kind of slide out and you can put whatever size in there. So they're just sending me a new one of these that is split. There's 2 that are split and 2 that are not. For the back part of the bar. So let's check my notes here. The bushings, yep. Okay, been busy, yes. Been working around the ranch on a few different chores. Not too busy. More busy with my own stuff, but, yeah. I keep saying that. Non-stop organizing. I get into one thing, and I'm like, why is all this stuff here? And I start moving it over. And I just got to talk about it. It feels so good to be getting as much done with organizing as I am. Just looking at my tool bags and knowing a whole lot better where everything is at. Not just that, but also, like, I've ordered some, not ordered, but I went up to Walmart and got a 8-pack of these little plastic shoebox totes from Rubbermaid. I've done it in the past, used them for electronic stuff, but a few of them got lost and broken, so I needed quite a few more. I think I used, actually, no, I only used 3 out of the 8-pack. There's still 5 sitting over there, so... yeah, getting the electronics organized, which means I could pull all the bins out from under this bench seat here of all the Radio Shack stuff and get that put away into bins. Actually, part of me still wants to keep the Radio Shack stuff separate. If I don't organize that and put all that away, it'll just stay in the bin as separate Radio Shack stuff. Instead of putting it all in with all the random electronics in the bins, I might just keep that in its own box and put that up here. Because at some point I do want to clear out everything under this bench seat and get me a proper computer chair. This gets pretty painful after few hours of sitting here editing and doing stuff on the PC. So that's a future project. It's not. It works. It's something you sit on. So it's really not too much of a rush. But part of my organizing is working around clearing out the underneath of this bench seat, as well as many other places. It's just going through organizing and moving within the RV and moving stuff out of the RV into storage. Been really busy with that. It feels good though. I love it. I love organizing and getting stuff where I can remember where it will be when I need to remember them. A few ranch chores, like the ATV sprayer. One ATV has a sprayer already for weeds, and now the other ATV has a sprayer for taking care of the fruit orchard. It's mounted. I didn't install it or anything. I just hooked up the electrical and finished drilling some holes where it could be mounted onto the front cargo rack with a couple of U clamps. And then I went through the hardware stuff here at the ranch and found some wing nuts to make it easy to take on and off, and then wired it up. Not a big job, but that was fun. Even more fun was the transfer switch, going in and setting up the transfer switch on the house. It has a generator transfer switch where you could take a 4-prong 240-volt generator cord, which we ordered one on Amazon for this, and to test it and see how to make it work, because they've tried getting this transfer switch to work in the past, and it just kicks the breaker off on the generator. It's got a GFCI protection on the generator, which was the problem. Anyways, I got the cord, hooked it up, didn't work. Went through that. I was reminded about grounding and neutral bonded grounds. Like the one in my, I don't know if my RV was neutral bonded, or if I did that when I put in the sub panel. I think I did that when I put in the sub panel, and that fried three actually inverters were fried by a neutral bonded case. And the generators, will kick off if they have a GFCI protection, because they are sensing a fault to ground through the neutral bonded case. So the generator itself had a GFCI that kept tripping. Eventually decided just to disconnect the ground inside the transfer case panel. So ground from the generator is still good all the way up to the end of the cord. In the transfer case is not connected to ground on the generators, but it's still, the house itself has the only things that the GFCI, that the transfer switch runs for outlets are GFCI protected outlets. So it should still be good on the inside of the house for GFCI protection. And the case is still grounded to the house breaker panel. So decided it would be okay to disconnect the ground inside the transfer case box. And sure enough, that made it work. And it was a lot of fun going through. There's a bunch of switches on this transfer switch, and none of them were labeled. So I had to go through, flip them on, trace the wire, get those labeled. And then I printed out a sheet with labeling and what they all do. The first three switches is lighting, plugs, and refrigerator. And then the next two, which are tied together for 220, is the well pump, or the well house, which was the main reason why I got into this, because he wanted to be able to run his water pump, or his well pump. It's a big old 220 well pump off his generator. So clarified that on the third set of switches down. Fourth set was the water heater. His generator runs the big old giant house water heater, surprisingly. I mean, it's a 220 6500 watt connection to the generator, so I guess it should be okay, but it's just nuts seeing a water heater that big running off of a off-grid power. Really cool setup, all this off-grid stuff. So yeah, I got that labeled, and then the range is also hooked up, though I told him that that's going to pop breakers if your range is on while your water heater decides to kick on or something like that. It's not going to be used. It's just already pre-wired, and we had to figure out why, or I had to figure out the labeling and why it was popping the generator. So yeah, that was really cool getting into that and seeing how the transfer switches there's a wire bypassing the breaker switch going into the transfer, and from the transfer switch out back into the circuit. So from within the transfer box, it could bypass the line from the grid and take power from the generator. So spent all day working on that. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, it was good doing something to pay for my electric bill, couple things around the ranch. Uploads have slowed down, yes, with this sitting here at the ranch and doing this little tedious stuff. I'm not really filming too much. I like to stay around 3 uploads a week at a minimum, but it's been as little as 1 upload a week, which is just, I don't like it because it's the only thing I do all day that feels constructive is uploading videos, and I really like doing it. So I do apologize when I get down to 1 video a week. That's not something I'm trying to put up a lot more than that. An original goal of mine for getting this PC was to have daily uploads, but just like the laptop, it came with a really small video card. I should have looked into that. Great PC, tiny video card. It's not handling the editing too well. So I'm working up to that. I got a list together for computer stuff. I even made a wish list if you guys want to check out what I'm getting into, see if it's a good idea. Link below, Amazon wish list. Picked everything out on Amazon just because they're so good about returns, and I like the reviews and all the feedback within the products page, web page. So yeah, I got a bunch of things picked out to upgrade the PC. I can either upgrade this for like $1,000 and get it working really good, or I could save that for a new Windows 10 PC. This is a Windows 7, and I don't want to change that. It runs a lot of older software that I like very well. I like Windows 7. Windows 10 was a nightmare on my laptop. It was an underpowered laptop and shouldn't have had Windows 10, but it still left a really bad taste in my mouth from the operating system. It was also somewhat newer when I got that Windows 10 as far as the age of the operating system and having all the bugs worked out. I hear it's a lot better off now, Windows 10, and I need it because there's a lot of things that I cannot run on a Windows 7 PC. Also, with all these upgrades, either getting the Windows 10 PC or upgrading this one, I can tie into the webcam, the security cams, and show you guys the outside footage of the RV and what's going on where I'm at, which something I really want to do. But back burner, I'm figuring out a couple. Gotta prioritize. Saving money for gas and emergencies. That's #1 priority. So I could drive around, get my stuff done, things fixed if I need to fix things. But the upgrade would help a lot because I do at one point want to upload. If I can upload daily, I want to be able to upload daily. Like if I'm really busy and I can just throw out videos, I do like doing that. Stickers, the last thing on the list here to talk about. I am not forgetting about stickers. I've got as I have said before, I have a sticker company picked out for weatherproof stickers. It's gonna be about $100 for 90 stickers. No, $90 for 100 stickers. I'm gonna start with a small purchase at first, just to see if I like them or not. And before I spend that to me is kind of a lot of money. So before I spend all that, I'm gonna go through and make sure the pictures look good that I want to use for the stickers. I might just stick with my original icon for right now. Just a way to show your support for the channel. It's got the YouTube page's web link on it. Class A living. It's got my symbol that I kind of made, the RV with the roof over it. Some chopping and editing got me that symbol, so I like it. I like the icon, the channel icon right now. Even though Patches is the current, she's being used as a mascot right now for the channel's icon. If I got a schoolie, I'd have a schoolie up there. And I'd also like to do that, a separate sticker for Patches. So you can have a Patches sticker. Also need to clean that up in editing, make that picture look a little better than it does right now. So I got a few things to do before I get those stickers ordered, but they are definitely on the list. Another way to help out the channel, and I need to get on it. But I have to do one thing at a time, or I get flustered and start getting out of order. But either way, yeah, I just gotta wait on those bushings to come. It's 21st. I'm hoping those aren't gonna be here at the actual end of the month, or else that might. I mean, it'll take maybe a couple hours to put in. I think we're still on track. We're good. March 4th at the latest. Don't hold me to that, as always. You know, you guys gotta give me, take my future plans with a grain of salt. What I'm planning. But I I feel like March 4th would be kind of a late time. There's no way I'm not going to be out of here by March 4th. But yeah, you never know. March 6th, March 4th, maybe as early as March 1st. Stay tuned, everyone. Itching to see me on the road and boondocking. We had a lot of stuff to get done in this RV, and I had a lot of waiting to do in between. I don't have rides into town, and things getting ordered won't come up this long driveway. I gotta wait for those rides to go into the post office and get to my packages. So everything is just really slow out here. Also, I guess maybe I could touch bases on somebody who offered me a warehouse. Somebody who also wants work done on their RV. Sent me a lot of pictures and a lot of good info, making me feel like that he was serious. I've had a lot of offers in the past that were kind of went nowhere. A lot more offers of people being very awesome, offering me jobs. Everyone who's offered me a place to stay or a job or a place to work on my RV, thank you so very much. But I've never had anyone up until now offer to come to me and rent a warehouse for. They want me to work on their RV in a warehouse, and since they're getting a 6-month lease, they're planning to have plenty of time for me to work on my own stuff. So they said that I can come work in the warehouse, make some extra money working on their RV, which is a very, very beautiful RV. It's older, looks almost brand new on the outside, at least from the pictures. Very clean, maybe a brand new paint job, but very clean. Got some vintage striping on it. It's a great looking RV, and I'd love to take on another RV project instead of just working on mine all the time. So that would be, that might happen. He sounds serious. I'm kind of serious. I always try and myself also take everything with a grain of salt, not get too excited. But sounds freaking awesome. A place to get all my leaks fixed. Dry rot problems maybe even can get fixed. I could pull off my walls. With what he has planned, I think we'd only need like a month or two. Have another 4 months to do whatever. So I would since he'd be paying me, I would prioritize his work, of course. But yeah, sounds like there'd be plenty of time left over for patches. And he even said that I can work on my stuff too while we're in there. He's gonna bring in his RV, gonna work in a warehouse and get a bunch of the big projects done. Maybe. It's another way. I've worked really hard up to this point to get untethered, at least mentally. Got my stuff stored in a way where I'm not worried about it collecting moisture. I can just leave it if I want to go on a drive to Arizona. I feel like there's less tethering me to the area. So if I go get into a warehouse, then I'm kind of stuck again with priorities. But it's not the biggest deal. If he had a warehouse right now, I'd be like, yeah, let's come check out your RV. I love warehouses. Nice, dry, well-lit area, safe. I worked in a warehouse for a little bit at a place called GP Moto, working on Subarus. Didn't do much except break down the engines and get drunk. There was more hanging out with the guy. I was hanging out with a warehouse owner. And he's kind of a partier too. He screwed around a little too much, but he did have a lot of Subarus in the shop. I did get to work on some of them, and I love working in warehouses. That would be really nostalgic to go back to that. But yeah, either way, I could work on his RV, get some money in my pocket, rent-free place to stay, and then work on patches, of course. If I had enough time, I don't know if I'd take on a project like pulling my walls off and fixing the dry rot that well. But I would definitely go around and seal everything up and get, there's a lot of stuff I could get done in a warehouse if I had a place level, clean slab of concrete out of the rain. So yeah, somebody emailed me, might go work in a warehouse for the summer for 6 months. That'd be a pretty cool change of scenery from what I've been doing in the past up till now. Go get into a warehouse, get some, and he's totally cool with filming his RV, so I'd get you a whole bunch more, RV project videos. That's kind of what I like doing most right now. Traveling is great. I love seeing new areas, but and I love driving around. Driving's fun, seeing scenery. But I like working with my hands and building things and fixing things, so that would be really enjoyable. Other than that, but that's not going to happen until April. We've been talking about it, and if it happens, it'll be in April. So I've got from now until then to go around, check out RV parks, which is definitely a goal of mine. I need to find a routine and get familiar with that routine of avoiding parking lots. If I got to go stay in an RV park for a few days so I can catch up on sleep and then go stay in a parking lot or two, yeah, I definitely want to be back on the road for a good amount of time with my new plan in my head. Boy, lots to talk about there. Holy moly. I think I've covered it all quite well. If you have any more questions, comment them below. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.